Shalom, like to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Lord, to the apostles of Great Millstone. My name's Connor Walk from Great Millstone, Toronto. Doing a lesson here. I'm just on the road right now. Today is January the 30th, 1:25 p.m. Just doing a lesson in regards to the supermoon and the blood moon and the blue blood moon. Like this is combination of three lunar events, and this is something that's spiritual, because the last time this happened was 150 years ago, and and we know how the Most High works. He shows signs in the heavens, man, through events like this, like through the moon, shooting stars, certain sightings in the heavens, man. Because as much as back in the ancient world, our people knew how to read certain events in the heavens, man, and the Most High would show our people signs, and with this happening, like this is something that's prophesied, man. Let me just get it. Because all of this is prophecy right here, coming to pass. And the Most High said before his coming, that he would show signs and wonders. It's just something impromptu. This just came into my thing. This is I started at Joel 2 and 27, or 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And that's what's going on right now, amongst certain of our family members, amongst brothers in the camp. There's people amongst us who's getting visions of and dreams of the end times, man. Of prophetic events. Seeing our people get judged, seeing the Lord coming to save our people. Certain people are blessed to see these things. I used to get dreams like once in a while, a couple of years back. I don't get them as much now. I haven't got them in a while, but certain brothers, they get it very often, heavy dreams, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. And that's prophecy right there, because how does the Lord he works? Through signs, man. Let's get Matthew 24. And what are some prophecies that's coming to pass? Let's get Matthew 24 and start at 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, or Christ. That's all Christ means. And shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Like this whole thing with Russia, a Russian plane intercepting a U.S. plane. All of these things is leading up to war, man. That build up. North Korea versus America, Kim Jong-un versus Trump, all these things. these war games and all these things that's going on. There's all kinds of tension. There's all kind of war tension throughout the world right now. It says, shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes, and in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So when you see these things, these are the beginning of sorrows. And 2018, this is the beginning of sorrows, man. This is basically the end of the first month, of the new year, man. And it's only gonna get worse, man. And also in the Apocrypha, I believe in the book of Sirach, it talks about the moon being appointed for high holy days, so to speak. I think it's Sirach 30. I don't have my Apocrypha on me at the moment, nor do I have my any Wi-Fi available right now. So I'm just going off the King James version. Sorry, Saki. I'm just going off the New and Old Testament off the Blue Letter app. You could go on certain sites and you could where it has the Apocrypha. But I believe it's Sirach 30 if I'm not mistaken, or 33. But yeah, man. Gonna read some of the article, and if I have more scriptures, I bring it out as well and close up. It says this is off of Sky News. Super blood moon, 3 lunar events for the price of 1. What could be more impressive than a super moon? Rather, a blue moon, and better than a blood moon, a combination of all 3. So this is serious, man. This is serious, man. Like with the moon being out like this, people are gonna go crazy on, because you know what they say about lunatics, or that whole saying, man, lunatic. When there's a full moon, there's studies when there's a full moon that murder goes up, that depression arises, and many other things, man, happens. And let me just read this. Lovers of all things astronomical can look forward to a rare celestial event on Wednesday, when 3 lunar phenomena collide. A super blood moon will be taking place, a spectacle that hasn't a super blue blood moon. That's serious, man. So like how that hasn't happened in 150 years, you best believe the Most High is making that happen again for a reason, man. And this year is gonna start off with a bang, man. And who knows what this year is gonna bring? It's gonna, ultimately, like this is gonna, everything what's gonna happen is just gonna lead up to the downfall of this empire, man. Things aren't gonna get better. It's only gonna get worse. And times that we live in is changing every day, man. It says UK based stargazers will be able to appreciate 2 of the 3 trio of events, a super moon and a blue moon. But a lunar eclipse which causes a blood moon as it turns a reddish color will not take place in the UK. The full spectacle, in which all 3 phenomena are visible at the same time, will arrive in Australia first and will later be seen by much of Asia and America. It will most be impressive in North America, Alaska, and the Hawaiian Islands just before dawn. The super blue moon features 3 astronomical events. A blue moon is the name given to the second full moon in a calendar month. Secondly, a supermoon is when the moon appears larger and brighter because it is closer to the earth than normal. And thirdly, a blue moon occurs when the moon passes through the earth's shadow, causing a total lunar eclipse. But the scripture, it says not to be let me get that. It says not to be dismayed at the signs of heaven. So even though these things are happening, we're not to fear or worship these things, man, like the moon. Because that's what our people used to do back in the days when the Most High showed certain signs. Our people used to like worship certain things, you know, that the Most High set up, like the moon and sun and stars, all kinds of bugged out stuff, man. You know, but the heathens are gonna be amazed and you know, by all these things, man. It says Jeremiah 10:1, ye the word of the Lord, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Alright, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. It says to learn not the ways of the heathen. So all these things, you know, like giving reverence to the moons and all these things, man. You know, like we're not to do that as a people, man. You know, and that's what our people are doing by worshiping these false gods like Islam, like Allah, you know, which when you study that Islam religion, that whole Muslim religion is reverencing basically the moon, a moon goddess, you know, if you go into it. It says be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Let's look up that word dismayed on dictionary.com. Then with that, I'm going to close up. Or dismay, Slakia. Oh yeah, I don't have internet at the moment, but yeah, you should look that word up in your leisure time. You know, but with that, I'd like to say Shalom, you know, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. My name's Kanawak from GMS Toronto, doing another lesson here. And with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. Double honors to the apostles once again. And peace and blessings to the brothers out there who's doing the works in truth and sincerity. And like I said, death to the 2/3, death to the heathen, and Kwame Yasharallah.